From your point of view, let's talk specifically about Bradshaw Ranch.
You know, I'd heard about the Bradshaw Ranch, a strange activity out there, and I didn't know the Bradshaws, but I was really dying to go out there. And so I got a letter from Linda one day, Linda Bradshaw, and she said, would you please come out here?
She reached out to you?
Yeah.
How did she find you?
Well, I'd written a couple of books, so I was kind of semi-famous around here.
Okay.
Anyway, she sent some pictures, and the photographs were orbs. So I went out to the Bradshaws. It got so interesting, I ended up 4.5 years out there with them. And some of the experiences that Linda and I had were beyond words. We constantly photographed orbs. Many, many UFO and strange creature happenings. But I know the Skinwalker Ranch people well, and I know what goes on in the Skinwalker Ranch. I like to compare the Skinwalker Ranch with the Bradshaw Ranch. And the stuff that happens at the Skinwalker Ranch is pretty much malevolent. But
you think Skinwalker Ranch is a dangerous place?
Yes, yes.
Why do you say that?
There's something there that doesn't want people there, and they can get real nasty. What it is, I don't know. But the same sort of thing would go on at the Bradshaw Ranch, but it was not dangerous.
It's not malevolent.
No. So this is probably the scariest thing that ever happened on the Bradshaw Ranch. Linda and I were out one night, and we heard grunting sounds. And I said, well, Linda, does that sound like a javelina or a bear or a mountain lion? She said, no, it was different. So it kept coming towards us, and it got louder and louder, and it was different and different and different. And the creature roared like an African lion. So the creature got close, and the Bradshaws had a corral at the south end of the ranch and one at the north end. They had 4 or 5 horses in both. And the horses started screaming. And I've asked horse people, have you ever heard a horse scream? And they, no, never. Right. Well, these were screaming like women being murdered.
All the horses were
all
making
the
this
horses,
sound.
yeah. And they were trying to kick their way out of the corrals. And so the creature evidently walked right by them.
It didn't attack the horses, but it clearly scared them.
Scared them, yeah. The next day, I staked the tracks the creature left.
You found tracks of the creature?
Yes, oh yes, absolutely. And they were 72 inches apart, so that's an enormous stride.
Talking something 18, 20 feet tall, possibly.
Well, whatever the thing was, it had an extraordinary long stride. So look at the photograph and look at the stakes, and it was pretty scary.
Was that a one-time event? Were there other times?
Yeah, no, that was, for that particular thing, that's the only time that ever happened.
Tom, I want to ask you about a specific, maybe to me the most extraordinary photograph or piece of evidence is the portal, the photograph of the portal itself. Tell me about when Linda saw what she described as a portal.
Yeah, okay, now Linda could see the portal. I couldn't. I do have very strange psychic abilities, but I couldn't see it, but Linda could.
You were there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So take me back to the beginning. Tell me about that whole incident, the evening that Linda saw the portal. You were there.
Yeah, oh yeah. We spent you know, 4 years or so, and we were, the portal, the ranch house was here.
Okay.
The portal was about 50 feet down and 30 feet up, and it was about 20 feet in diameter.
So it's like a movie screen. It's the size of a movie screen.
Yeah, yes, a big movie screen. That's exactly what it looked like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did it just sort of manifest? I mean, what was the experience like? How did she describe?
Well, you know,
portal?
she was more of a psychic than I was. But you see, in this photograph, there's a telephone pole. There are no telephone poles on the Bradshaw Ranch. There's a creature, there's a humanoid creature carrying something in this corner, and a UFO.
We have more work to do at Bradshaw Ranch. Is there anyone else that we should talk to?
Jeremiah Horseman. He's
Jeremiah Horseman.
Yeah.
And who's Jeremiah? What's his experience?
He's a curiosity like I do, and he goes out there a lot.
So he's sort of picked up the thread a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make sure to talk to him.
Yeah.
We'll let you know what we find.
Good luck.